Hello, this is a short video on my Fiskars XSharp sharpening tool that is here, and I would say that this is a relatively good option if you want to get your knives and axes sharp and you are not familiar with lapstones and other sharpening tools. Now, I have never used this before, and this seems to be relatively easy to use. Even an engineer can use this, and this costs something like 13 euros, so it's quite cheap. Weighs something like 90 grams, and of course it's relatively large. You could probably design this so that it would take less than half of the space, but as this is probably not considered a hiking or trekking tool, well, the excessive weight and space is not a problem. When I'm actually hiking and trekking and doing all kinds of outdoor experience, I have this kind of very simple sharpening tool that has two ceramic rods and two different profiles. This one is for knives, this one is for axes, and this works quite perfectly if I have to get my knives and axes relatively sharp. Now, this has some very similar use methods. So basically there are two profiles. This one is for knives, this one is for axes, and there are two ceramic rollers inside this plastic housing that will do the sharpening. So the profiles are only to keep the edge aligned correctly, and there is a little button on the bottom so that if you have to clean this, well, it's relatively easy and, well, not time consuming. So quite simple design, cannot really complain about that, and it seems that, well, the operation is quite easy. You should wiggle your axe 15 times back and forwards in the slot, and after that your tool should be adequately sharp. So this is my Fiskars X15 axe, and I bought it brand new, and I noticed that, well, it's a brand new tool, so Fiskars decided that you don't actually need any kind of sharp edge in your axe. So that's why I actually got the tool. So now you can see how well this sharpening tool works with a brand new Fiskars axe, and we can make a very basic cutting test with a normal paper. Let's see, does it cut at all? Well, no, it doesn't, because it's as dull as, well, it can actually be without, you know, it doesn't do anything to my hand even. So, how this now is supposed to work, we have to select the axe bit that is here, and now we should wiggle this 15 times back and forth and see how this will work. Let's start. Now you actually probably noticed that I didn't actually count at all, so I would say that's about 15, so there seems to be some kind of edge. I definitely not going to use my hand to test how sharp this is. So let's make a cutting test with our newly sharpened axe and see how good this actually works. It seems to be cutting adequately well.